Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hema Shailabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Guna Nidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Prema Purnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahite Ratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shoka Moha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvarishtaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrate Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Hari Om, a warm welcome. Janani Janaka Siya Rama Premake, the Rama Guna Grama, which we are now discussing, brings in Janaka Siya Ramake. Janaka here means Janani Janaka. Janak Maharaj, the daughter of Janaka Maharaj, who is the very Ardhangini consort of Ramchandra ji, Siya Ram ke Prema, for the love of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji and Sita Mata ji, this Gunagrama will be very great support. For a devotee, Prema towards his Bhagavan is ultimate. And therefore, Gunagrama always brings in lot of love for Bhagavan, and it also establishes its devotion, the depth of devotion towards Bhagavan. Therefore, Rama Gunagrama. Bija Sakala Vrata Dharma Nemke. It is the seed for Vrata, Dharma and Niyama. We saw yesterday. Papa Santapa Soka Samana. It removes. Samana meaning what? Dispels. Samana has got very different meanings also. Here Samana means dispels all Papa Santapa Soka. Papa action. Santapa regrets. Shoka worry. All of them it will remove. Priya Palaka Paraloka Lokake. He is the very Priya Palaka, the one who loves us a lot and protects us. Now we will continue from the next, till there we had seen yesterday, we will continue. Sachiva Subhata Bhupati Bichar ke Kumbhajalo Bhaudadhi Apar ke काम कोह कलिमल करिगन के हरि सावक जन बन बन के अतिथि पूज्य प्रियतम पुरारी के कामद घन दारिद दवारी के मंत्र महामणि विषय ब्याल के मेटत कठिन कुअंक बाल के हरन मोहतम दिन कर से हरन मोहतम दिन कर कर से सेवक साली पाल जलधर से अभिमत दानी देवतरु बर से सेवत सुलभ सुकद हरिहर से सुख बिसरद नभ मन उड़गन से राम भगत जन जीवन धन से सकल सुकृत फल भूरि भोग से जगहित निरुपधि साधु लोग से सेवक मन मानस मराल से पावन गंग तरंग माल से कुपथ कुतरक कुचाली कली कपट दंभ पाषंड दहन राम गुण ग्राम जिमी इंधन अनल प्रचंड रामचरित राखेश कर सरिस सुखद सब काहू सज्जन कुमुद चकोर चित हित विशेषी बड़लाहु सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. Tulsidas says, he continues to say how Rama Gunagrama supports a bhakta. It says, Sachiva Subhata Bhupati Bicharike. For a Bhupati, a ruler, a king, a lord. According to Tulsidas ji, Bhupati Bicharike, in all the vichara of the king, the most important people are Sachiva, ministers, Subhata, soldiers. Sachiva and Subhata are very important characters, persons, positions which help Bhupati Vichara for the decisions of the king. The second way of thinking. Bhupati Vichara is refers to the self-knowledge. For all our vichara, contemplation, reflection, analysis, scrutiny in our sadhana, two very important people are what? Minister and soldier. What are these two? One is Viveka and second one is Vairagyam. Why Viveka is correlated with Sachiva, minister? Because the minister must have the right perspective and discriminative ability to study the situation and report to the master, the king. Soldier is a person who has to give up everything and fight. He has no decision making. His work is action, fight. Is it not? These two are very required. The very attitude of working towards discrimination and right choice and then suggesting to the master is the minister's job, we saw. Viveka Shakti is required for self-knowledge. Right discrimination between real, unreal. Satyam, asatyam. Viveka Shakti is required. Vairagyam, the soldier cuts asunder all those who comes as an hindrance. Meaning what? All the whims and fancies of the world which is coming between me and the self-knowledge has to be ruthlessly removed. Therefore, Sachiva Subhata Bhupati Vicharike. And then he says another very beautiful thing. Kumbhaja Lobha Udadhi Aparike. Kumbhaja. Kumbhaja means Kumbhaja, the one who was born from the Kumbha pot. Agastya Rishi is indicated here. Agastya Rishi, he was a great devotee of Rama, and Agastya Muni has already written one Agastya Ramayana, which may not be very popular for our side, because it is not that very popular all around. Tulsi Ramayana and Valmiki Ramayana is very, very popular, and we also have Adhyatma Ramayana, which is also equally popular. But there are so many other Ramayans which are not that very popular but are equally very, very good. Now, Kumbhaja Agastya Rishi has also written a Ramayana. Now see, earlier we saw in our introduction classes, the first person who has written Ramayana is Bhagavan Shivaji. Is it not? And it was a dialogue between Shivaji and Parvati ji. But look at what Tulsidasi says. Kumbhaja Lobha Udadi Aparike, when he says Agastya Rishi, he drank the whole ocean. Is it not? That is the kind of capacity a Rishi Muni has. With their tapas shakti, they can do anything they want. And here he says, Lobha Udadhi. Agastya Maharishi would drink away the ocean of greed. A very, very important factor in our life. Generally, the thought of acquiring, possessing, indulging, embracing, enjoying all the whims and fancies of the world is always there in everybody. In some people, it is at a very low measure, and some people, it is a very high measure. Insatiable thirst for things and beings, pleasure. And Agastya Rishi is one who will drink away the greed. Therefore, he is also a great bhakta of Ramchandraji. Therefore, he wrote Agastya Ramayana. And then Tulsi says, what does this Rama Gunagrama do? Kama koha kalimala kariganike kehari savaka janamana banike. In janamana, in the minds of human being, which is like bana. Bana means forest. In the forest of the mind of jana, karigana meaning what? Herd of elephants. Kari means elephant. Karigana means herd of elephants. What are they? Kama, Koha, Kalimala. One is Kama, lust, passion. Koha, anger. Kalimala, what is that? All the other impurities of this Kali Yuga. They are like Karigana, the herd of elephants. And the Rama Gunagrama is like Kehari Savaka, very beautiful expression. Kehari Savaka means lion cubs, not lion, lion cubs. And they live where Jana Mana Banake, in the minds of the forest. Rather, in the forest, which is the mind of human being, all of them are there. But the Kehari Savaka, the lion cubs, why is it said lion cubs? Because Ramchandraji is like lion and all his gunas are like his cubs. And they are equally powerful and mighty. And they can handle what? The worst ever negativities which are there in our heart. If only we realize the gunagrama of Ramchandraji and develop those qualities, they can remove even the strongest of negativity. Karigana, the herd of elephants. See, that is the capacity Ramagunagrama has got. And then he says very beautifully, Atithi Pujya Priyatama Purari Ke. Purari, Bhagavan Shivji. It seems Shivji says, I am very happy to listen to Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji's Gunagrama. Why? What are they? What are they meaning? What? The Gunagrama. Somebody talking about Gunagrama of Bhagavan Ramchandraji, it is like Atithi Pujya Priyatama. It is the greatest loud aspect of my life. Bhagavan Shivji says, what? Atithi Puja. It is like an Atithi. We say Atithi Devo Bhava. Is it not? The Atithi is nothing but Rama Gunagrama. And it is Priyatama. It is the greatest for me, says Bhagavan Shivji. And Kamada Ghana Darida Davarike. Darida Davarike. Kamada Ghana, it is said. Kamada meaning what? All the Shadvairina, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, all of them are Ghana, very deep fire, strong fire. And Darida Davari, Darida meaning what? The poverty of dispassion. What is this poverty of dispassion? Where Kamadad Ghana, there is a strong presence of Kamadi Shadvairinaha in ourselves. Then there Vairagyam has no place. There is a Darida meaning what? Daridrya of Vairagyam. And Rama Gunagrama is that which will slowly bring in our, or rather turn our attention towards Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji and his gunas, and thereby slowly, it will burn away that strong desire and give us that joy of being with Bhagavan. And then he says, Mantra Mahamani Bishaya Byalike Meetata Kathina Kuanka Bhalike. Mahamani. Mahamani is again one jewel. Vishaya Byalike. This money is the, there is one particular, these were there earlier. Now in the modern world, we are so addicted, we are so attached, I may also say in a manner of saying, and we are so towards allopathy. I don't degrade allopathy. It is very important because there are certain things which allopathy only can cure, thanks to all the researchers and developers in that field. But We had such wonderful ways of curing many diseases. Earlier days, there was this money, which would be like when a snake stings, they would bring that money and keep it on that place where it stung, and that money would draw all the poison from the body. This was a very old technique. These days we don't use, but it's a very powerful technique in olden days. Mahamani Bishaya Byalike. Byala means poison. Stung by the snake. Snake of what? Vishaya. The poison of Vishaya Sakti can be removed through what? The Gunagrama Mahamani. And the first word mantra should actually be brought to the second line. Metata. This mantra is what? Ramachandra Gunagrama. Metata. It is like the viper. It wipes away. Kathina kuanka balike. It completely removes. What is that? It says Kathina kuanka means all the prarabdha karma it will remove. Very beautiful. Prarabdha karma, they say Brahmaji created people and then he started writing on the forehead of everybody his complete future, destiny. And the point here is that destiny, good or bad, can also be wiped out through what? Imbibing the gunas of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji. We say, Shiror Likhitam Rekha, it is said. Actually speaking, this is one way to solace the mind and turn and start marching ahead. That is why all these prarabdha karma, etc. But I often take my Matrabhasha, it is easy for me to correlate. Vidhiyai madiyal vellalam, it is said. Vidhi, that is what? Prarabdha. Madiyal vellalam, we can get over the prarabdha through what? Proper analysis, scrutiny, discrimination, contemplation, meditation. We can even win over prarabdha. How? The easy method given here is Ramagunagrama. Such an easy methods are available. This is as it says, mantra metata, through the mantra, which is nothing but Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji's Gunagrama, Kathina kuanka bhalake, all the prarabdha karmas can be wiped out and we can march ahead towards self-knowledge. In some cases, it can be wiped out. In some cases, which is very strong, a wiping may not be possible, but the Gunagrama of Ramchandra Ji brings in so much strength that all that prarabdha which is there in us, which comes to us, which we have to go through, we can face them with utmost ease because of the strength of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji. In the Sadhana Panchakam, Acharya Shankara says, Prarabdham tu iha bhujyatam atha para brahmanatmana stiyatam. Prarabdham tu iha bhujyatam. You have to go through that prarabdha. As long as self-knowledge takes place, as long as we abide in our true self, prarabdha will come and trouble us. But the moment that self-knowledge is gone, prarabdha will just disappear. It gets crashed. And that self-knowledge, beautiful, easiest path is bhakti, gunagrama, which will purify the mind for the jnanam. And then he says, Harana mohatama dinakara karase, sevaka sali pala jaladharase. He says, Dinakara means Surya Bhagavan. Harana moha tamakara. Harana moha means what? It will dispel all tamas and delusion. Meaning what? It will remove ignorance. The Surya Kirana can remove the darkness, and self-knowledge can remove all delusion, tamas. And therefore he says, Sevaka sali pala jaladharase. You know how it is like immediately after the rainy season, autumn, you will find the sky is absolutely clear. When there is clear sky, the stars are very, very beautiful. It is so very clear, is it not? Similarly, in this clear mind, which is devoid of kama, krodha, ityadi, shadvairina, the self-knowledge is so clear, and the glory of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji's Gunagrama is also equally clear. Therefore, Gunagrama leads to self-knowledge, Gunagrama leads to clarity of vision, and the clarity of vision will give clarity of the Gunagrama. So it is together, each one supplementing the, complementing the other. And then he says, Abhimat dani deva taru barase, sevata sulabha sukhada hari harase. Some of the expressions are so very beautiful. He says, Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji's Gunagrama, it fulfills all our desires like the Kalpataru. Kalpataru is what? Parijata. We know, we have seen earlier also. It fulfills all our desires. But he says, the most important desire of a human being is freedom only. It becomes sulabha, sevata sulabha, sukhada hariharase. When I become the sevaka, when I become the devotee of Harihara, it becomes sulabha and sukhada. The removal of all desires, cleansing our mind and seeing the vision of Bhagavan becomes sukhada and sulabha by what? By Hara devotee, becoming a devotee of Bhagavan Vishnu and Bhagavan Shiva. Sukabhi sarada nabha mana udagana se Rama bhagata jana jivana dhana se. The Ramchandraji's gunas, look at this beautiful. Sukabhi means a poet, how he looks at it. Sarada Nabha means space. Sarada means Saradritu. This is what I said. Immediately after rainy season, the autumn season, Mana Udaganase. In that mind, Rama Bhagata Jana Jivana Dhanase. Just as we can see all the stars clearly, the bhaktas of Ramchandraji, Jana Jivana Dhanase. It is like the wealth, dhana of Jana Jivana. Bhagavan's bhaktas Jivana, in that Jivana, the wealth is nothing but Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji's Gunagana. All other material wealth are not at all considered as wealth. They are all material used for the purpose of living in this world outside. But they are not the wealth. For the devotees, Rama Bhagata, the real wealth is what? Rama Gunagrama. Sakala Sukrita Phala. It will give all Sukrita Phala, all the well-beings. Bhuri Bhogase. You will enjoy it completely. You will gain all the bhoga. Bhoga meaning what? Enjoyment. Because of what? Sukrita phala. Because of all punya karmas gained out of enjoying, reveling in the punya karma of Rama Gunagrama. Jagahita nirupadhi sadhu log ke. Just as sadhu purushas. How do they live? Jagahita, for the well-being of the world. Nirupadhi, very important, without any interior motives. Sadhu Jana, they work for the world without any interior motives. Janahita, for the well-being of every person. Sevaka mana manasa maralise, marala, swan. And he says, Rama gunas are like the swan bird in the lake of the minds of devotees. Sevaka mana, in the mind of the sevaka, manasa marala, marala, the swan in the mind. What does it do? Pavana Ganga Taranga Malase, it purifies. Like how Ganga Taranga, like the ripples of Gangaji. Ripples of Gangaji is, referred to as the glories of Ramchandraji. All the virtues of Ramchandraji, they will purify. Once I take bath in Gangaji, meaning what? I imbibe the qualities of Ramchandraji, listening to the Gunagrama, then the ripples of that is nothing but purification of my mind. The Doha we will see tomorrow and proceed further. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om